Good morning, welcome to Peace Pat Paints. I'm Pat. We paint stuff here on the show. That's what we do. We usually here on weekdays from around 9 till about 10 o'clock. That's Central Standard Time in the U.S. I don't know where it is where you are, honestly. I mean, I know where it is for some of the folks that come in chat, but not for everybody. So, if you want to jump in, tell us where you're from. Tell us where you're from. That's always good. Sir McBeardsly is here as my constant companion, and the moderator. So if you get too crazy, he's gonna get out the bonk stick and bonk you. That's the way it goes. So yeah, we have a good time. We try to have a good time, laugh about a lot of stuff, paint some things, hang out, that sort of stuff. Hope everybody had a great weekend. I had a crazy weekend. The craziest thing happened at the soccer match. We were getting beat. This little girl was playing was really, really good. She's super talented. She's just kicking us. Yeah, we keep things pretty tame. It's not. There's no reason to use the hammer around here yet, Mr. Sir McBeardsly. We keep the topics pretty chill, pretty light, because that's the way. Yeah, that's what we want. We don't need crazy here. You want some of that crazy stuff? Go some of those other channels. They stir up drama. I'm not about that life. Not anymore. That's what's so crazy about this situation. So yeah, we're playing soccer, and this little girl's beating the pants off my boys. I mean, she's just beating them. And I say, don't worry, guys. She just plays at a more competitive level. She plays, more competitive football. Soccer, football, same. And she says something like, "Sir, this is a recreational team." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, well, I'm sure this is a recreational team, but I know what you're doing." And I'm not even mad. I don't care. It's fine. We're just here to learn. We're here to play soccer. It's not a big deal. Banning advertising bots. That's usually the best way to go. So anyway, so she keeps kicking our butts. And things go on just fine, right? And I'm like, nothing happened, or nothing came of it. So I don't think anything of it at all. I'm not even thinking about what had happened at all. I'm moving on with this game because, my boys are boys. They're young. They're still young in their soccer journey. They've been playing for a very long time. So, it's fine. It's fine. Let them learn. Let them get whooped. It's just the way it goes. And then after the game, this woman comes storming across the field. And I'm like, what is going on here? And she's like, were you talking to my daughter? I'm like, I talked to my team about how good your daughter was and that she played at a more competitive level than they did. And this lady launched into this tirade about how I shouldn't be talking to other people's children. And I was like, I wasn't talking to her. And she says, well, you shouldn't be talking about her. And I'm like, well, she can hear it. And I'm like, okay. And right about this time, she's squawking at me. I kind of get this feeling like, something crawling up the back of my neck. So I take a look around and kind of look over my shoulder because I'm always kind of checking on my shoulder. And my boys, my team's over there in the corner. And I kind of checking around because I feel this creepiness. And I see this dude kind of walk around the corner, and I'm like, that doesn't look like any of the dads from my team. And so this dude keeps creeping up, and he finally gets close, and I was like, well, what are y'all doing here? Are y'all seriously coming in here to gang up on me? in a cornered space because we're back over in the coaching area in the bleachers where it's really tight spaces. I was like, you sitting here 2-on-1? You're coming here to gang up on me 2-on-1? What do you want to fight? You want to fight? And they're like, no. Oh no, we don't want to fight. I was like, well then I don't know why you would come over here and start stuff if you don't want to fight. So if you don't want to fight, get out of my way. Or fight. Whichever one you want to do. Because you're attacking me at this point. You're verbally attacking me or assaulting. You're verbally assaulting me back here, ganged up on me. So what do you want to do? And that's when they decided they would leave or whatever. And I was like, man, maybe y'all should learn how to get a thicker skin if y'all are going to be in soccer. You need to learn how. Jesus. I'm just sitting there complimenting your daughter. I'm complimenting this little girl. And you guys are throwing a fit about it. After y'all whooped my team, like y'all whooped those boys. I mean, it was rough. It was like 15-20 nothing. You know, it was a whooping. Like I won. We scored 1 point. We scored one goal. After they threw my son into the wall. But yeah, that's okay. That's just how soccer goes. It's fun. I don't mind the losing part, but don't come over there and like, what are you mad that you won? Like, I don't even understand how you can be mad that, like, if what I had said wasn't real, they wouldn't have come over. They wouldn't have kept talking once I was like, well, I kind of played her a compliment because I told her that she was better than them. You know, it had what I said about her being competitive and her saying she's probably a competitive player that was a ringer for this team they brought in to play because it's a house team for Soccer City. You know, so they have all sorts of people that come play for fun over there that belong on some of these really competitive soccer teams. And yeah, okay, that team isn't a competitive team at Soccer City, but she probably does belong on a competitive team. She may not even be playing right now, but she did in the past. And like, had what I said to her not been real, they wouldn't have gotten so upset, and they wouldn't have come over there and started that crap. So, you know, yeah. People, it's wild, man. You're totally right. People are like, they just need a reason to be upset. I don't even understand why you would need a reason to be upset. It doesn't make any sense to me at all. This has kind of been tripping me out all weekend. So it's like, because this happened on Saturday. I was just been like, what happened? Like, I just can't get there in my own mind. Like, I can't personally get there, so it's really hard for me to like understand it in any sort of way. Because like, I personally can't. I can't understand why. Like, had one of my kids come up to me and said, "Dad, that guy said I was so good. I should be on a competitive team." Or, "Dad, that guy said I was on a competitive team. I'm not on a competitive team." Or anything of the sort where that's like, that guy said I was so good that was the reason that his boys were getting whooped. Like, where why would you go approach someone you don't know in a corner area in the back end of a complex? Like, you don't know me. Like, to me, I wouldn't approach somebody like that because, like, I don't know them. I don't know what they're capable of. See, because, like, I don't know. You don't know what kind of person's back there. I mean, you know, they must have passed some. I mean, actually, in Soccer City, you don't even know at Soccer City if they've passed any kind of background checks, because they don't do that. They don't. I mean, I could be a convicted felon that's committed several violent offenses. You don't know. It's just, to me, it just blows me away. Why you would do that makes me. Oh, Lord of mercy. All right, so we got some of those little bits on here we're trying to file down. Nothing too crazy, so we don't need really get a mask back. We don't really get nuts on it. We want to get a mask out. It's just a little bit of light filing to make sure all our pieces are going to fit really clean. And we get around to that. And those are all nubs from where the resin printer prints it off. I should leave one out so we can look at it. Well, I mean that I'm not gonna get into that particular situation with that particular felon in that particular. Yeah. I mean, for me, we just need to take we just need to take that off of all job requirements now. That just, if you're asking me. But, violent felonies are different too. So, like, we're talking about, like, you don't know if I've ever stabbed and killed somebody. You wouldn't know that because you have no way of knowing. To me, that's just too dang dangerous. You're just inviting a problem. Especially because, like, this little skinny weasel that is sneaking up behind me definitely didn't want no smoke. And, like, they don't know me, but, like, I'll throw hands. Like, I'll fight you. I grew up with some guys that were pretty rough, man. So, like, you had to kind of, like, you better get ready because, like, the way I fight is different. Like, I'm going to take your first couple punches. I'm just going to eat them as I come in there to get you. You know? So, like, it's... I can eat about 2 to 3 good punches in a row right off the start. So usually by that time I can get a hold of you. So, like, and especially this little guy. This guy was like, he better have been reaching for his mace. Although, again, once I told him he wasn't there to fight, he better get on away from me. He did back off and leave. Maybe he was just there to, like, get his wife out of that situation. She had gone over there to bite off more than she could chew. Running up on people is wild. Oh, it was good. Thanksgiving was good. My uncle was an asshole. But he's always an asshole. He's been an asshole my whole life. Probably been an asshole his whole life, honestly. Just kind of a dick. And he's old. So, we all just kind of put up with it. She's gonna be real cute. I've only got these 3 pieces printed. I had to reassemble my printer last night. She's a little small compared to the other ones, but the other ones are like supposed to be really big, right? She's not supposed to be that big. I don't know much about this character. So, how was your Thanksgiving there, McBeardsly? And tell us as well what we need to know about what we're looking at. Sweet, yeah, solid. Went over smooth. The girlfriend's dad, nice. Cool. There you go. That's what you do when you're young. Have have it here, have it there, have it here. I don't remember those days myself. There we go. Yeah, it's gonna be nice. It's gonna be a nice little piece. She's gonna be real cute. A couple weird striations here. Not really sure what they're from. They're not, definitely not part of her dress. I did have a little bit of a fail on the print. I think somehow it's gotten unleveled. Probably after me messing with it yesterday. I calibrated it, but I think I need to check its level. And this may have just been some flick that had gotten picked up and didn't quite settle properly. Oh yeah, yeah. Hey man, sometimes it's just too much. It's just easier to go to somebody else's house. I used to do a big Friendsgiving, but I don't do that anymore. Yes, because it only did it on a few places. It didn't do it everywhere. Only in this little section right here. Something was on it. Or didn't set right or something. It feels like it's something that's on it. Just the way it's filing off. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely want those. We gotta meet up somewhere so you can grab those things. We gotta go out for coffee or something. old in me. Started a Lego Harry Potter advent calendar. Oh, that's funny. Great call with all the Lego on it. That's pretty funny. Pretty darn British, too. I tried to print off the legs, but they're part of the thing that failed. So we're gonna have to recalibrate and redo it today. But I figure probably have plenty of work here to do. Getting these started. Cleaning up prints, getting them printed. Okay. I think she's like holding a lantern or something like that. Mm-hmm. Very New Year. That's my favorite gag. Is from Trading Places. They do that, and when they intentionally mixed it up in that one. It wasn't even like. I mean, it was cultural, but like they anyway. If you've ever seen Trading Places, it's pretty good. Home Alone is a great one. Yep. No, we haven't really watched any Christmas movies. My kids did the decorating of the tree yesterday. Kristen got a lot of the house decorations switched over, and then we've got one of those elves. They have it on Fifth Avenue. It's a good one. My kids don't really like. Yesterday they spent. This is their how they get Christmas. How they get Christmas. Yesterday they were playing Minecraft, and they all started building like Christmas presents and snowmen and Santa's hats out on the Minecraft game. So the map that they were on. So like that's how they did it. We have one of those elves on a shelves things, which is pretty crazy. They did like I hog-tied it, and Kristen hung it from one of the cabinets in their bathroom, and it looks like the Grinch, which we have a little Grinch doll. It looks like the Grinch has like kidnapped the elf, and the whole bathroom is done out in like Grinch stuff. It's funny. Christmas of the Cranks. Yeah, you spend a lot of your time getting overruled. Okay. I feel like we're feeling pretty good here on that. If this guy's got any juice left in him. Try to make sure I'm using every last bit of glue that I can, just to A, cost money. B, like I feel like leaving, sending this in the trash to like a landfill just seems like a bad idea. Leaving whatever this is exactly made out of. I don't remember the chemical combination off the top of my head, but I know that it's not really good for you to eat it. It's a pretty interesting one, the one with Jim Carrey in it. I think that's the Ron Howard one. It's a pretty interesting. It's pretty interesting little take on it. It's fun if you're not looking for like purism from the books, because the book says like that. This takes some liberties and kind of adds a little bit to it, which are kind of fun. There's some fun stuff they do. Okay, first part ready to kind of go in here. All right, so let's take a look at what we're looking at. What the colors do we need here? So what we got looks like this. She'll look similar to this piece right here. So we've got a cloak coming in a face and hands, fire. So the fire is probably going to be the focal point here. Of course, the weebs on the internet have really gone crazy on it, haven't they? So she's got like a pinkish red hair. Is this right? She's got like one blue eye, one yellow eye. Wow. That's hilarious. I don't know what that means, but that's funny. So she's like the sister of the blue girl. The blue girl is that right? Oh, her eye is shut. Wonder why it's blue in the other one. They both have different eyes that are messed up, huh? Interesting. Looks like lots of browns and might be able to get away with some blue. Pretty dang close. Okay. So this is what the overall STL will look like once we get it all done. we got a big cloak. She's gonna stand on a rock. There's lots of fire, so we got plenty of room to like do some fire effects in here. Maybe we might be able to print in translucence so that we can like make it clear. I'll have to look into that real quick. We're gonna start off. Let's see, this is the piece. So we got to get her other part of her arm, her hand for this one, and her two legs going. And then get her head and all this fire. Lots to it. Okay. Yes. I do know the internet. And some people were doing it because it was funny. And they got it. And they knew exactly what they were doing. And some people on the internet were laughing, but they didn't really get the joke. Because they don't actually know what an accord is. So like you got layers of hilarity in that situation. That's pretty funny. Okay, where's one of those old napkins? So again, this would be better. It's usually better to use a airbrush. But they make a lot of noise. And I don't like it when I'm trying to film and I have to listen to all that noise. It makes me crazy. Pretty sure that cloak is coming right down through that part right there. So I don't really need paint on it, but that's alright. That's one thing to be said for brush on primer. You know, in your spray it, you're going to spray on that and you're getting paint on it. And your stuff might not stick to it the way you want. So good and bad, you know, just like everything. Man, what are some other great movies? You know, I read this is was it the Die Hard for Christmas? But if you're gonna go like action movies for Christmas, just gives you a horse whistle to someone, a spectral steed. That's pretty cool. So anyway, I suppose I'm talking about movies, right? So holiday action movies. And people talk about Die Hard because, you know, it takes place at a Christmas party. But I will wager you that Lethal Weapon is truly the better of the two Christmas action movies. Number one, Bruce Willis is alright. Don't get me wrong. I like Die Hard. Great movie. As far as action movies go. Lots of fun. Bruce Willis, tons of fun. Love the guy. Great guy. Great actor. But like, in Lethal Weapon, you have Gary Busey fighting Mel Gibson in Danny Glover's front yard after they wrecked a car through the Christmas tree. It's just amazing. You just don't get that kind of like. Yeah, it's good. It's good. Although, you know, I don't root for it. I don't know. Good movies. Both good movies. I just feel like maybe Lethal Weapon. There's some people need to put some more respect on it. Some other good Christmas movies. I'm trying to get some other good ones. Well, hello there, Odd Tiny. I'm back. This Melina is right off the fresh off the printer. Just finished printing and curing it this morning. So I've just got it all prepped up. Now we're getting the primer on. Yeah, Thanksgiving is a very American. It's a American only holiday. They don't do it anywhere else. Well, at least not in the way we. It's different. And, most places have different kind of fall festival. Thanksgiving though is definitely America's fall festival, which is supposed to be like non-denominational or non whatever, but it kind of is. Everything in America has this strange like overtone to it. Yeah. But one of the cool things about like this period of time in the States is that if you go looking for the culture, you'll find it. It's like everybody's kind of got all the different cultures bringing their own different like fall to winter holiday things because like everybody has those things. All cultures do. And so like in America, like it gets mixed up, and so you get a chance to like you have a little bit of all of it. Yeah, you definitely never know where it's from. It's definitely a good thing to do. I don't know that anybody's upset if you wish them happy holidays of any kind. If you do get upset by that kind of thing, you're kind of being ridiculous. Kind of being ridiculous. But you know, some people, man, they gotta be ridiculous. It's just how they are. It's just what they do. Okay. So, back to color selections. Let's see. These are all like browns. Brown on brown on brown on brown on brown. Like, kind of like pink hair, I guess. Fires, and that's definitely gold on bronze. Or brass. And this belt is not any kind of metallic. Gosh, he's plain. Okay. So that's all raw umbers. Some Naples. Some whites. Yeah, I'm glad they're doing the flames around her. That's gonna help it. That'll help. That'll definitely help. So, yeah. On the bright side of life, I think we already have all that on the palette from Paint Blizzard. I think we're still okay. Check it out. It was staying pretty moist. Maybe that's the case. Yeah, no. It's like a little bit of we'll just brought us back to life here. Brown. Man, yeah. Yeah, you definitely, that is spot on. Oh, Danny, that is spot on. You gotta be a special kind of something. One unique individual. But there are people. There are people. Just find ways to be upset. I don't even understand. My favorite is people who like want to find reasons to be upset and then want to come and like, I don't know, somehow shoulder me with that. And it's like, I'm not here. I'm not here for that. I'm not here at all for for any of that. You definitely need to go ask somebody else to be a part of this, because it is not for me. It's like that girl. I told this story at the beginning of the show, but I'll go ahead and kind of summarize again. I had a lady at the soccer pitch this weekend. I had complimented her daughter, who was kicking the snot out of my entire team pretty much by herself, and it insinuated that she played at a higher level of ball than they did, to them, because they were feeling a little bit down. They getting whooped pretty bad by basically one girl, and and to help them deal with that, I just be like, okay, well, she's playing at a different level than you guys. And I don't know, her mom, I guess, got really offended by that somehow, and decided to come and corner me after the game over on the coach's side of the indoor soccer arena, and tried. I guess she thought she was gonna tell me how to live my life or something. She found out I'm not really the one, because like, if you're coming over there to get some smoke, then we can have some smoke. But if we're not gonna, if you're just coming over there to talk to me, I don't have anything to say to you. I really don't. I don't care what some woman I'm never gonna see again in my life has to say about what I said to my players about her daughter at a child's soccer game, especially when that thing I said was a compliment to your daughter's talent and skill, man. It was insane. It was insane. I would say that only happens in America, but I don't think it does. I think it happens kind of everywhere. I think people are just kind of crazy. And we say people are crazier now than they were, but I don't know if that's true either. I think people were pretty crazy in the old days too. It's just there was a little bit more of like I don't know, people didn't have this opinion that they could just say whatever they want. Yeah, it happens everywhere. People act crazy everywhere. That's what I was like. People freak out all over the place. The lady sure did think I was gonna give a shit, though. It was pretty funny. It's like, you really think I'm gonna care about this? This is like, I'm just not gonna change how I do things because you came over here to tell me what format. You just gotta wonder. Like, I don't know. You just wonder, had that ever worked for her in the past? Or is she just that kind of a busybody? Maybe she's just that kind of a busybody. Because people are like that, man. They just are. So strange. Yeah, we definitely find new ways of like making situations like just as ridiculous as possible. Absolutely no need for it to be that ridiculous. It's like, so you're behaving this way at a child's soccer game, and I'm like, you're behaving this way at a child's soccer game. You came over here. Like, I'm trying to leave. You are blocking my exit. Like, you he takes everything you have not to just laugh at them. And that'll just make it worse. They'll just get more upset because they won't understand now why you think that the whole situation is funny, and they're just gonna get more upset. So I was just trying to de-escalate and get out of there, but man, they just would not leave it alone. And finally, I was like, man, if you want to go, we can go. I don't think that's what you want, but if that's what you want, then let's have a go. No, that's not what they wanted. So they left. It's just like, to me, I couldn't imagine. couldn't imagine just walking up on people I didn't know these days. That's my thing. Is like I don't know you. You don't know me. Like people are crazy. People are, you don't know. You just don't know. I was just walking up on random people I didn't know. Probably a little more liquid than that. Trying to make this first coat pretty thin. Really just kind of trying to look for the crevices and bring out all the highlights of the model, the highlights and the shadows, and all that stuff. Almost trying to kind of give me a thing to look at and see what I can, kind of like a guide. Like running a highlighter over it. Make sure I'm getting all these crevices. Now again, you could do this with an airbrush if you had an airbrush. I'm gonna use the airbrush on lies because it's very loud. Two, it just kind of, everybody has those. So. It's super thin layer. I don't buy washes in particular because of the kind of paints I use. Their pigment handles coming down really low, so I basically create all my own washes as I go. This is just a raw umber, is what this is. I'm just I'm trying to bring in the layers. I want to just get in all these cracks, like I was saying. Kind of give myself a view of what I'm doing, and I don't know how dark of the brown I really want it to be to start off with. I want to take a look at it. The brown on top of the gray, I may just need to have to put a little bit of highlight on it and call it good. But I also may want to add up some more textures. I may want to darken the brown. I don't know. As you well know, you paint yourself, so you definitely know how it goes. Sometimes you just don't know exactly what color's gonna fit right. I mean, we know it's browns and yellows, so like from there we just kind of need to, how brown is too brown, and do we want to kind of layer one brown against another? Like down here, we probably need to make this inset piece a different layer, a different color brown, either a darker version of it or just a completely different shade altogether, just to kind of break the colors up. I do a lot of this work where I'm putting like these super thin coats of paint down first. It's kind of backwards from the way a lot of people do things. I see a lot of people will do they'll do a heavy dry brush of a white over top of a dark color, which definitely will do the work. It gives you a zenithal kind of highlight there as well, but I prefer doing this brown because there's not really, things aren't typically black in nature. Things that are jet black, they're either particularly produced to be that kind of a black. When you really look at them, it's not black. It's like violet or dark blue or dark brown. So I like to use the umber as an undercoat color because it gives it that more natural kind of shade to it, the brown instead of a black. And I may even decide I need to fill in that crack, so I may have to come back and repaint some of this anyway. So I don't know. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you're picking exactly up what I'm saying. You're definitely picking it up. You got it. Yeah, you kind of take your time and kind of look at it on what it really is before you get too far wrapped up in it. Well, I'll tell you what, doing the slides slows you down. So, like, normally I wouldn't even be painting this at all yet. I would probably have gotten most of the parts printed out and prepped up for sure. But I have to make sure I have something to do on the show. So I was like, okay, well, those other parts failed, so we're gonna have to reprint that. We can get a little bit of this stuff done. We can start getting some of the coloration maybe figured out, and take a look at the model itself after we get it prepped. So it kind of forces you to slow down because I only have an hour, which we're already over. But it forces you to slow down and kind of do things a different way when you're trying to come up with daily content. Because you don't want to burn through everything too fast. I mean, I could keep going after I went off the air. I could keep painting on this piece, and I'd have it done in a much shorter time period. But it wouldn't, like, you wouldn't see every single step of the way, and it would also have to come up with new stuff constantly. Because even when I'm going slow, I'm not a slow painter necessarily. Especially for the level of stuff I'm doing and the hand-painted nature of all my projects. I do almost everything by hand. Although occasionally I break out that airbrush, especially on some of these larger armies. I think it's a little crazy. That's a lot of work. Painting 1,000 little Space Marines. But you know, on a piece like this, especially because this is going to a client, so we really kind of want to get that hand-done piece look. I'm not gonna take care of any excess poolage too. It's pooling too much, so I might have to babysit it a little bit. It looks like it's pretty good. If you're getting too wet too fast, then that's what causes a little bit too much of the poolage. We don't necessarily want that. But with it being with this being pretty much an undercoat, even if we have a little poolage marks, it'll be okay. Won't be too big a deal. So awesome. Pull myself back over. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome to me. So yeah, tonight or this afternoon, I'm going to print off some more pieces, and we're going to slowly get Melina. I don't know how to pronounce the name. I've never played the game, so I don't know. Well, I haven't not ever played the game. I played the game for like a few minutes with my son, who's really good at the game. And then I just basically like watched him play the game. So I was like, this is just not for me. I like it. I think it's really cool. And like, had this game come out when I was 16, hell yes, I'd have probably played the heck out of this game. But what I want to do with games now is different than what I liked to do when I was younger. Nowadays, I definitely like games where if I have to work that hard at a game, I want it to be more like a tactical game I'm playing with friends or something like that. that you have to be really. It's so punishing. That game is punishing. I think in like the 5-10 minutes I played Elden Ring, I died like 6 times. It was crazy. So yeah, I let the kids have that one. He can have that one. So yeah, no. It definitely was not easy, but it is cool. It's gorgeous. It is a gorgeous game. I really think the universe is pretty neat. So like every little bit I learned from you guys as we're painting these things, it's been really neat kind of stuff to learn. So I'll have to look up some more about this one and more about her. And we'll be back anyway. So she seems so much smaller and daintier than the other ones, but maybe that's okay. I guess not. She's about the same size as the witch, I suppose, which was maybe a little bit bigger. I don't know. Anyway, I love you guys. Thanks for coming by. Thanks everybody comes to see me. If you do the like, subscribe thing, do that for me. That's helpful. That's always helpful. Let's see what I was supposed to say. If it's your birthday, happy birthday. If it's your anniversary, happy anniversary. Or whatever special day it is you got going on in your life. Yeah, we're gonna get out of here. So be good to each other, okay? Bye.